Elizabeth Keene has everything she wants in life. A good husband, an acclaimed job as a criminal profiler, and an adoption in progress. Her first day at the FBI is all ready to start, until one day, Raymond Reddington, the fourth most wanted man in the country, walks into FBI headquarters and surrenders. And he'll only talk to one person. The Blacklist just finished its 6th season, which is not yet on Netflix, dagnabbit, and up to 8 seasons are confirmed. Though at 22 episodes per season, that may be a bit much. Take it as it comes, NBC.
Of course not.
Through the 5 seasons I was able to watch, it was filled with that delicious combination of mystery of the week troubles and seasons-long overarching plot that so many shows are learning how to do well these days. The basic premise is that Reddington is willing to work alongside the FBI, or more precisely, Special Agent Keene, to take down criminals that are so dangerous and elusive that nobody's even heard of them. People on what Reddington calls the Blacklist. And of course, the list only exists in his mind.
Where's this innkeeper?
If I tell you, you have to give me something in return. No more restraints, no more cages. If you want to capture Zamani, he is to believe I'm moving freely, in touch with old friends, staying in one of my favorite hotels.
So instead of keeping him locked up in a prison even Hannibal Lecter would be impressed by, they cater to his every whim, letting him run his global criminal enterprise often from the comfort of his private jet, as well as letting him keep his factual cover as someone with connections to everything from stolen art sales to gun running. Every case of the week is interesting, and the person in question is definitely evil even by criminal standards. From overzealous murderers by arson to eco-terrorists, there's a wide variety of cases that are always creepy, surreal, or oh god, bees! But, and this is part of the brilliance of the Blacklist that I don't think any other crime investigation show has done. At some point, the cases converge. What was supposed to be a bunch of random targets from Reddington turn out to actually be tied together, as he lifts a piece of evidence or gets information out of the target every week until he has enough to pull off a plan set in motion, sometimes years ahead. The more you watch, the more you begin to question his motives. Sometimes his plans are altruistic, sometimes they're self-centered, and sometimes they're a strange combination of the two, especially when it comes to Elizabeth's personal life.
You got rid of your highlights. You look much less Baltimore.
From episode 1, you'll realize that something's up with the two of them, with Reddington knowing way too much for someone with supposedly no connection to her, and she's just confused.
The two of us have overcome so much. I mean, look at you. Abandoned by a father who was a career criminal, a mother who died of weakness and shame. And yet here you are, about to make a name for yourself, about to capture Rocco Zamani.
It's implied that he's her father, as she was adopted at a young age.
Anyone asks you my girlfriend from Ann Arbor?
Absolutely not.
Fine, you can be my daughter.
And for several seasons, the issue gets hinted at, the truth is revealed, recanted, re-revealed with evidence which we now know can be easily faked, and he's willing to kill people to cover it up for some reason. It's at once a compelling plot arc and something that's cliche to begin with and slowly worn into the ground. I guess the way the show changes the way, and perhaps more importantly, the reasons why things are revealed or covered up, and she's not worried about it because, oh, this is something to worry about. Okay, problem solved. Let's just clean up the blood out of the rug and, let's hide this for now and it'll be a problem for future Elizabeth. You quickly learn that nobody in this show can be trusted completely, except Aram.
That's 5 victims.
5 horsemen. That's a great band name.
There's so much backstabbing and treachery in this show, it's like everyone's dancing around each other to get a nice opening. I don't want to get into spoilers too much, but one character has at least 5 betrayals that I can think of off the top of my head. Oh no, make it 6. Jeez, that's not even 1 per season. But oddly enough, the not quite predictability of the existence of a traitor and who it is just part of the appeal. Rather than feeling formulaic, there's a sense of anticipation or something like that. Speaking of which, just kiss already! The supporting cast is compelling, with their own side stories and problems going on. Their characters are well defined and mostly predictable in what they would do in a situation, in a good way. Wrestler would chase a guy down and Aram would panic and be useless, while Reddington wouldn't have let him gotten away in the first place as he waits in his living room and Dembe forces him at gunpoint to sit while Reddington tells him some pointless anecdote.
Care for a peach? I rarely enter someone's home for the first time without bringing a gift, and there's a wonderful little produce stand around the corner.
I'm calling the police.
The characters' well-defined traits suits them well, especially as they are confronted with the very thing that they are bad at or opposed to, which happens just the right amount of times so that it doesn't feel like they are constantly betraying their own character.
One photo had something in the background, and I enhanced it.
With some other shows, you know exactly how the formula works, right down to the timing. I think a lot of the appeal here is that despite the fact that you know there will be betrayals, government conspiracies, people getting framed, and MacGuffins that apparently the entire underworld is after, the pacing and the nature of all those is always different. Jack Bauer isn't able to find out the truth about the secret past by waterboarding a guy with electricity or whatever. It's always to find the bomb's disarm code or where the other guy ran off to. Here, the end game isn't clear until the end, and sometimes characters decide to take, or are forced into, a different approach to the problem. With Reddington being a villain with a heart of gold who will still shoot someone on a whim, and the FBI going mostly by the book, there's a lot of gray morality going around, and some shades of gray are different than others. That interplay between blatant vigilantism and suits with badges is one of the things that really makes this show work well. Sometimes you'll find yourself rooting for Team Black Market when the feds are worried about protocol, and it's a change that Elizabeth grows through as a character over the course of the show. She sees both sides of the coin and goes from always by the books to sometimes off the books, for better or worse.
And I smelled you out the minute you walked in my door. That's why I froze broken glass into those ice cubes you love to chew. So now every time you breathe, you're inhaling those little shards deeper into your throat and lungs.
Better. It's for the better. Thanks for watching, and I hope you've either become interested in the show or enjoyed my thoughts on something you've already seen. Leave a like if one of those is the case, share this video to a friend who might be interested, and subscribe for more videos like these. Until next time, I'll see you around.